back, people. How are you doing? Day number 2 of leisure gameplay of Master Mode Knights of the Fallen Empire. Thank you, I don't want to listen to myself. Everything seems to be working correctly. Right there. Perfect. Amazing. Welcome back, people. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are finishing the week. Well, at least your week with me so far, because we stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, pretty much. So here we are, people. Knights of the Fallen Empire, Master Mode, Solo, Sorcerer, day number 2. We finished chapter 1 last time. As you can see right here. Remember, this is leisure gameplay that I will do on my own, offline, without analysis, as it is something that I need to do. As you can see, we did all of Fallen Empire, Knights of the Fallen Empire Master Mode here, and now we're doing Knights of the Eternal Throne Master Mode as well. Shouldn't take us long indeed. We did all of chapter 1 plus a bit of chapter 2 last time, but after beating some of the opponents, I'll need more money for this, because we'll probably die a bit more than that. So after clearing chapter 1 and chapter 2, well, halfway through chapter 2 is what we are doing right now. Yes, as you can see, I love the color purple. Everything should be purple in life, like that purple that you see there. It is indeed my favorite color. It is indeed. It was the color of royalty back in the Roman Empire, that dark purple, because it's a bit darker in that sense. Okay, so I was stuck at this boss. The HK units there, they do a nasty snipe that is basically a one-hit kill. So we will need to use all of our powers here to indeed kill them. That's precisely what we are going to do. But let me see where I can place the heroic moment there. The heroic moment will also heal us. That one right there. No, see, this is what happens. That is exactly what happened to me last time. I don't know what the shit is killing me. It's the rail blast of that HK unit. Indeed, you can see why I am stuck at this shit. Because I am interrupted by that other shit there, the other probe. I should have probably teleported. That's exactly what happened last time. And that is what I hope to correct here. So we begin with the first wipe of the day. Pretty much. I need to snipe that pile of crap, because the other ones can... I wasted my heroic moment and my unity there, but doesn't matter. And now we do this. Come back here, HK. Come back here. Yes, you will indeed cover me. Now we heal. Oh, right, I cannot... Okay. Right. Maybe I should try... Oh, okay, they disengaged. Okay. Maybe I should try single target madness for this. Because I just cannot... I don't have enough time to charge my abilities. I don't know, maybe I can snipe them from here, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the fuck to do against this group of mobs. Maybe I can leave that one dying. Ah, it dies in one blow. Here, I need to beat that assassinate there. That one? 20%. No, I'm not gonna make it. Shit. I'm not gonna make it there. There, that one I will. there, and the boss kills me. Motherfucker, piece of this a scam. It's impossible to deal with. I will need I will need madness for this. Don't worry, I have it ready. I'll need madness. I need to leave them to die. Alright, so we'll just use demolish on this one plus creeping terror. We go with that one there. I cannot interrupt that one. Don't kill HK. Come over here. Well, he gets killed. What about the other one? There. The dots kill the other one. Here we go. That one is dead as well. And now I just need to kill the boss. It's not gonna be easy. Where is it? Oh, the boss disappeared and killed me in one blow, pretty much. Pretty much, I bet you can see the problem I have with this specific zone. I bet you can see a problem that it's a succession of one-hit kills, basically. It's a succession of one-hit kills. I don't know exactly how to deal with this shit, as I cannot kill them fast enough as to prevent those one-hit kills. It's basically the problem with this thing. Let me grab some money, because we'll need that. We'll need some money here. Yeah, I know, the stupid silly limit for free to play and that shit. Okay. We need to. Alright, and I need to repair my gear. True. I need to repair my gear. So basically, you can see the problem, people. Basically, you can see the problem. The problem is that precisely they do one-hit kills. Both for me and my comp. So it's impossible to deal with. Where was it? You access it directly from here, right? Yeah, you do like that, and you launch it directly. It triggers a silly cinematic that you skip and sends you back exactly where you were. Fortunately, I don't know if this is exclusive to Master Mode or what, but it basically sends you back to the exact place where you were. That's the only good part about it. So, I need to kill them really, really fast. Systems ready. Body count rising. Is it that thing is immune to stuns on top of it? Because what I could do is use whirlwind on some other target. Well, I don't care. Let's just try to brute force our way. Let's try that again. So how about this one killing the probe there? That one? I don't think so. I need to kill the other droid. There, we break line of sight. What? What the fuck? That boss kills you in one blow. Interesting. Look at these people. Look at this shit. That boss is killing me in one blow, pretty much. Perhaps I have to deal with the boss first. It's pretty much killing me in one blow. Okay, let's wait for polarity. Without polarity, no. Maybe if I just kill the boss, I eliminate the source of damage. Or maybe I win the encounter by default and then just the other mobs appear. That's also a good option. Maybe. Let's see. What? What is that thing doing? Oh, that one needs to die too. Not so fast. What? Another droid? What the fuck? How many of them are there? What happened here? Stun, 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 stun. What the fuck? That one? What the? They accumulated or what? Mm. The encounter got reset sadly. We have to try from a different angle because otherwise the encounter gets reset. Cairns are way that are traversable. No, but we need to first deal with this encounter. Maybe if I move them around here and break the line of sight, I'll be able to kill them. Hang on. From here. That one. It's a fucking one-hit kill. Look at that shit. What is the point of this shit?
Reactivation complete.
I don't know. You need to roll Juggernaut or it's impossible. I don't know. That's not impossible, but I need to find him. Patrick, how are you doing? How are you doing, Patrick? Hope you had a great day yesterday. How are you doing, Patrick? Well, today is leisure gameplay. We can debate anything you'd like, but in that sense, you left me a bit worried last time. I did have a great day today. That's nice to hear. You left me kinda worried last time that you almost got sacked by the by the candy seller friend there. Never do that. Never do that shit. Never. Never ever. Your parents put in a lot of effort to make you an intelligent, great man, and you cannot throw it like that. Never. Never do that. Never. Ever. You left me kinda worried that he almost got you into that crap. Never. Never do that. Never. Never ever. In that sense. Pretty much. Oh well. Hopefully all of the all of the crazy stuff and we talk that serve that purpose, that to give you hope in humanity and know that you have choice, just like your friend actually has. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. And always thank you for visiting me. Today is leisure gameplay, so we can debate all day. District, I have good news. Drakensang updated over at Steam. Drakensang is working. You tested it well, thank you. Okay. Great, District. Great. It's working. The map that I had issues with. Okay, you good to play again. Okay, okay. So they fulfilled the promise. Okay. Okay, District. They fulfilled their promise. Okay. Okay. Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that they fulfilled their promise. Later, when you were younger and before realistics, you envied the calmness and numbness that can always in my head thinking of being logical. Watch streak reached. District is currently on a 3 stream streak. If that's the case, then Patrick has a million streams streak. Then what is that? Watch streak? What the fuck? Weird thing. No, regarding that, when you were in there, no, the numbness there. No, never envy that. Mm. I have to tell you something about that, Patrick. The other day, I read a concept. You got 350 samples. Have you seen rank online for the streak? Ah, you got the channel points for the streak of watching. Interesting. Then how is it that Patrick must have a million? Because he visits me every day, then, in that sense, and right from the beginning. So yeah, pretty much. And the channel points, with that you can grab all of the sub emotes. Pretty much. Nope. I've seen rank online. Nope, says District. No, regarding that, Patrick, consider this. I read the definition quite good about those things that you mentioned to me. That is amazing the other day. Envy is but a wicked form of fascination, of admiration. Sorry, it's a twisted way of admiration. So pretty much it's like that. You envy the numbness. No, never do that because it's actually not that. If you're Hungarian, Hand made an old level 45 Dragon's Angle line in Unreal Engine with the same playstyle and same stat system. Oh, what's the name of the game? Is that one? Rank Online. Ah, yeah, it's the one that he was mentioning. It's like RuneScape and Black Grimmer the Curse Breaker. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all because can I interrupt that thing? There we go. Putrid stun. Here we go. You ain't taking me without a fucking fight. Can I stand that thing? Please? There we go. No, no assassinate. Interrupt that thing. I don't think so. Now is my chance. No, you're dying. He doesn't get stunned. So they released a modern version of Dragon's Sang Online with an updated engine and everything.
Systems ready.
That's good, that's good. That's good. It's like the Black Grimmer Curse Breaker then.
Body count rising.
It's like the Black Grimmer Curse Breaker with that is similar to RuneScape.
The hunt begins.
That is like RuneScape. That is like RuneScape. We'll have to wear it down from here. What? That one isn't dead? That one, I need to kill that one. Shit. Can't move with that surprise face. Yes, looks like that. So it's like a modern version of it. Well, you debate that one. Let me focus a bit. It has the same graphics like RuneScape. So if you are a graphics guy, then it's a must avoid though. No. In the case of the Black Grimmer, no. If it's in Unreal Engine 4, no. The same graphics as RuneScape. No, the Black Grimmer's Curse, the Black Grimmer Curse Breaker has updated graphics, the same as you are describing for yours of Dragons. And no, it's a nice graphical style. Why? No, Patrick. It's a quite nice graphical style. No, I love it because they are offline versions that are quite good of those games. Yeah, I don't know if I should place the face walk there, but well, let's try to wear them down somehow. There has to be a way. That one, no, break the line of sight. Let them come to us. What the? They even paralyze you so you don't teleport. What the? How am I supposed to interrupt that shit from here? Oh, a route? Guy, by the way, it's gotta be a Hungarian wordplay that I forgot. It doesn't exist in other countries. Yes, I know, Patrick. I know, Patrick. But not any link to see it. I know, Patrick. I know. I know, but it would be like the correct expression would be graphics war or whore. Graphics whore is the expression that you try to do. You can see it in any American forum. It's it's graphics whore. What you tried to say, actually. That's why I said guy instead of your word precisely. It's a it's graphics whore. What you tried to say, like a graphics prostitute. Hatred. Is that is I just said it to when I change it is because of a good reason. It's because of a good reason in that sense. I know it. Darn it, it disengages. It fucking disengages. It fucking disengages. In Hungary we have graphics. Well, Patrick, but you have to understand. If the channel gets banned because of me saying any of those things that could be interpreted as insults, then you lose your debates, and no one wins. I lose my channel, you lose the debates, no one wins, and we are all unhappy. You have a beep badge. You can give the link to district here in chat, as you have the beep badge. You should be able to link the game. I'm also interested in it. If it's offline, first you should write in it to check the game. No, no, and you can write then. That's the fucking real name, Patrick. That's the fucking real name. I can't believe that to be real. Hey, maybe I can use this. It is the name of the game. Of his name. You mean of the developer or of the game? Of the game. It is the name of the game. Okay. Well, he wasn't very original in that sense. Candy Drakensang should be called.
Your threat is hereby terminated.
Maybe we can use this one. The developer's channel. Okay,
Ready or
okay.
needed,
Okay,
ladies
I
and
get the
gentlemen.
point. Oh, no, you don't. What? He didn't kill me in one blow, though. Shit. And it is a very famous clan also of Dragon's Angle Line. I love the Dragon's Angle Line community. Okay, 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 okay. So it's kind of like a group of people.
Complete.
They finally reverse engineered the server, or they did a new one from scratch. In the problem is that fucking I I hate Unreal Engine 5 because uh, the shaders sometimes are sometimes limit the the version of Windows 10 that you should that you can have to run it, and in that sense, uh, for example, there are some new games that I just don't run because that I don't play because precisely of that, because I'm not going to update a Windows 10 to 11 to have the PC full of bloatware. But it depends not on the version completely, but on the shaders that he's using, on the shaders model that he's using. I just hope he was careful with that. And does it work offline, Patrick? Does it work offline? Does it work offline like the Black Grimmer's Curse Breaker?
Systems ready.
Does it work offline? Because generally those projects, the first thing that they do when they are reverse engineered and those things is first working offline, and then they go for, well, yeah, they go for, yeah, an online version of it.
Losing power.
What? They killed my healer? That's disgusting.
Time to earn my pay.
Shit. I need to be careful with that mob. Where is it? It disappeared. What? It has more? Shit. This has to be a fucking joke. Ah, it has more mobs. I don't think so. Oh my freaking god. This has to be a joke.
You don't stand a chance.
This has to be a freaking joke. Oh no 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 no.
We never fail.
So fucking close. So fucking close. It's a completely new game, but they sampled everything from Dragon's Eye Online. Okay, but does it work offline? Is my question. Does it work offline, like the Black Rimmer's Curse Breaker? Because that is what will give it uh, the, the the community a lot of versatility to deal with it. That's what is going to give the community a lot of versatility to deal with it. So here, if I had Unity and Heroic Moment, I would have won the encounter finally. That boss needs to die immediately. I'll aim for the boss directly. So I will position myself over there, and then I will move over here. We'll start luring the boss into a trap. I'll try going straight for the boss as I avoid the snipes. I should have 5 more meters with lightning. So let's see if I can snipe the boss. Well, not with that shit. I forgot about that shit. True, they grapple you, so you cannot do that as they grapple you immediately. I need to kill that one. What do you mean working in offline as well? Like not being online only, like not having the assets on an online server, Patrick. Like for example, working offline when you have a reverse engineered version of, I don't know, World of Warcraft, it works offline without depending on server calls to a remote server like Dragon's Eye Online does, like having the server running locally on your PC. Oh no, it's not working offline. Well, that might be a problem. That might be a problem then, because then the community won't be able to mod it and do things. It's like another MMORPG. He's trying to compete with Dragon's Eye, basically, pretty much. He's basically trying to compete with Dragon's Eye in that sense then.
Increasing combat efficiency.
What the? What the? My interruption is on cooldown. Shit. That one was a good run. I almost had it. It's not working on offline. Well, that could be a problem. That could be a problem because it needs that versatility in that sense. It gives a lot of versatility. For example, the Black Grimmer's Curse Breaker or Ultima Online Ruins and Riches, which is an offline mod of the original Ultima Online. Pretty much. Also, in that sense, allows you to make it work offline.
Already dead.
Come
Just
over
lie
here.
down.
Come over here. Okay, I need to save the interrupt for this one. That's right. Stay right there. Shit. That's a one-hit kill. Can you heal me, please? Before that thing kills me. Okay. What? It went back there. What the fuck? Oh no, I don't think so. Where is it? What?
You're already dead. Just
She
lie
summoned
down.
the droids. Damn, this boss fight has everything to
Time to
be
earn my
an
pay.
impossible to deal with. What? No.
Body count rising.
That's impossible to avoid. That's impossible to avoid. Who designed this shit? Who designed this shit? Is
I imagine.
It's absolutely impossible. Who designed this shit is impossible. It's a one-hit kill and I have high-end gear. I see why a lot of people do this in groups. But that's not what is going to happen here, people. It's not what is going to happen here. I am going to solo it. Well, at least you can see that Dragon Sun Online is not the hardest game ever. You guys, Patrick and District. You can see that it's not the hardest game ever. You can see that these are basically one-hit kills. I love how this one is actually a more, a more dangerous and intricate encounter than that some of the bosses that we've dealt with so far. I love it. I love when a random mob is actually more difficult than the boss itself of the chapter, than the chapter boss itself. So it's offline. It's not working offline. That's a pity because it could have been good. Rank online. You can weird that it doesn't have an offline version because generally you first have to do the offline version of a reverse engineered
Weapons charged.
MMORPG to then proceed to the online one. Weird in that sense. It's quite weird in that sense. Quite weird. Okay, we need to break the line of sight here. Uh, it's quite weird because yeah, it generally starts like that and then the developer releases an online version of it to restore it to the original state. Okay.
The hunt begins. Hot efficiency. Losing power.
What the fuck? They killed both of us. I don't know what's killing them. General Scout Leader with extreme prejudice. He killed us both in one blow. The main boss. It's not the mobs.
Master.
This putrid You can see why I got stuck here last time. You can see why I got stuck here last time.
The hunt begins. Protocol activated.
You can see why I got stuck here. No, the other one. The other one. How difficult it is to target the other one, please? Uh-huh. No, that attack is brutal. Oh no. Hold here, here, and let the dots do their job.
Time to earn my pay.
And now the fucking robots. No, let me.
Eat hot
Yes.
efficiency.
That one was going to snipe me. No. Execute the dot there. No.
You don't stand a chance.
You cannot interrupt that thing. Shit.
We never fail.
What? There's another round? Heal me, heal me, heal me, whatever you do, heal me. I need to kill that thing. Is dead?
Eat hot efficiency.
No. What the fuck? I'm out of fucking mana. It's not dead. Shit. Now it's dead. 4% shit. God damn it. Oof. Oof.
The beacon
Shit.
destroyed, comm signals still jammed, and a fierce storm coming our
Half
way.
an hour. Okay. Okay. That was broken and unbalanced. Well, we made it. Sorry, Patrick, that I interrupted a bit the conversation. If you were mentioning that one, I bet everyone already already got fed up of my wipes here, but I need to do this one. It's a very famous clan of Dragons and Online. Also, they were developed that rank online. It's not like that. And with the channel points, District had mentioned that blah 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 blah. The watch streak reached, then yours must be endless. Then Patrick as well. You have already be the calmness and numbness that the yeah, but that I was going to mention to you precisely that envy is a way of admiration, that you want something that you admire a quality that the person has, and really there's nothing for you to admire in the candy smoker in that sense, because as I've told you, never do that. If you tell me that because of my channel and our debates and everything you avoided that, then I can feel very good that I did a good deed in life, indeed, because as I told you, it's the age where you're in at the exact age in which that shit gets in your life. Then when you are older, you will have another mental resistance against it. That's why they grab people to sell that at that age. So if you tell me that because of our chats and everything you avoided that terrible fate, then my channel did is the best deed that my channel ever did. Pretty much. Regarding the part of envying it, don't envy it because they are killing themselves. The smoke, the smoke goes directly to the front left lobe of the brain, and it impairs mid and long-term memory. So Patrick never feel like that. Never feel like that because they are just killing themselves basically. It's basically like that. And the usual argument that alcohol is as bad, well, in huge quantities, it may be bad, but doesn't affect the front left lobe of the brain directly.
Even the weather is trying to kill us.
We could take refuge in the Genoharadan camp if we can find it. It's likely the camp is heavily guarded.
Look at this as an adventure.
That is not reassuring.
Let's go. That fucking boss, I hope it was the final boss of chapter 2, but I don't think it is, huh? Because it didn't have the white boss star on it. It was like an intermediate boss.
Looks like the storm's not letting up anytime soon. I say we grab a shuttle and head out now.
The interference will disable comms and scanners. Not to mention the risk of an electrical surge.
But yeah, it was a boss to use dots on. It was the only way to use damage over time. Pretty much.
Sean, I just heard the news. Let me express my sincere condolences.
SIS reporting has gone downhill since I left. The commander is missing, not dead.
Don't let foolish hope blind you. You are leaderless, as are the Sith. Someone must step in to fill the void.
Forgive me, but aren't you the former Republic Chancellor? You've already served your term.
True leaders don't need titles to hold power. I want.
There's your favorite name, Patrick, Lana, that you mentioned the other day, I
We can
think.
finish what he started.
Pass. I've had more than my fill of working with you.
You're still grieving. Eventually, you'll realize I'm right.
Storm be damned. The time for patience is past. Let's find the commander.
There's your favorite name that you told me the other day that it was your favorite name, Lana. Okay, people, we made it. We survived somehow.
I am at your command.
Let me repair my gear from all of the deaths. This is being costly for me, eh? But well, I'll have the glorious...
Some part of me is enjoying this. As Empress, I'm rarely able to test my martial skills anymore.
Yeah, you shut up.
Example, stay on the front lines.
Among the Sith, being on the front lines just makes it easier for someone to stab you in the back.
Okay. It's through that zone there. Pretty
That was
much.
too close. The lightning strikes can be deadly out here. If we recalibrate the electrical towers, they will draw in the power of the storm and keep us safe.
Yes, please. No more area of effect environmental damage, please. What about that one? Can I kill that one? At this point? Let me go back to lightning. Let me go back to lightning. That boss was an exception. It was like
It's nothing personal.
really, really high damage.
Let's just begin.
Well, it's definitely master mode, as you can see there. Even a random creature of the jungle deals lots of damage there. Okay. Let me make use of polarity shift. Polarity shift makes the global cooldown faster, people, for those of you who don't know. It's essential. That was a terrible opening. I'm here, but now I'm here. Indeed. I love that teleport. Don't you love it, people? You couldn't channel to an objective perspective at that young of an age, and I saw that I'm lonely, and they have to get a lot of the friends because of the candy party. Ah, no, because of the candy party. No, that's all fake, Patrick. No, I know you didn't tell me that part. That the part that you envied, about the loneliness and etc. was tied to the part of the loneliness was tied to the candy sellers. No, that's all fake. That's all fake. They won't be able to form any meaningful relationship out of that shit. I know, I didn't know that part. No, no, no. No, it's because of the money that okay, I get the point, I get the point. At that age, the girls follow the candy seller because of the profit that he makes. Okay. I get the point. Well, the person will end up terribly unhappy. Sadly, I must tell you. I bet you must. You must have a hunch, like an instinct that preemptively tells you that it's going to happen. But I can certify to you. I can certify to you because at that point, think of it like this: all of the girlfriends and everything that they have, is not because of who they are. It's because of the profit of the candy selling. So Like, what meaningful relationship come out of that? Nothing. There we go. That was fast. Oh, we've got another one of those. Oh, this is a rehash of the previous boss, but this one can be stunned, and that's enough for me to do this, and this, and this, and this, and break the line of sight. I don't think so. And now, time for the Thundering Blast to finish the job. There we go. See, if the other one was... Alright, we got a quest item there. The previous one, I couldn't stun it. This one, I could stun it. Lots of friends, and because the thing is that the friends and the girls that you are mentioning and etc.
Systems ready.
They are all fake. They don't have. They don't. They don't stand by the persons. By the person, sorry. Uh, because of who they are, but because of the profit derived from the candy selling, let's say. More or less, you get what I say. So, really, those relationships, even more at that age, they are not solid, Patrick. They are not solid. I bet your parents must have told you about it, 100%. They are not solid because they are based on probably the money that the candy seller gives to the girls or the friends. They don't love them for who they are. They they are taking advantage of the money that they have while the person gets killed, not to mention the damage to the brain. So never feel like that. I know that I have an old phrase. I have an old phrase which says that the rightful are to be rewarded because otherwise, then uh, then evil people could fall under the impression that all of their good deeds are for nothing, and that is terrible. Never think that. Eventually, you will be able to create a good life, while the candy seller will have a terrible end. Sadly for him, and all of those friends that you see that he has, well, sadly I must tell you that they are not really friends because they really don't love him for what he is. They love the money derived from the activity he does. So yeah, pretty much. Don't feel like that. Don't feel like that. It's a problem with the shitty society that we have that makes people fall under the impression that that is any that is that what you're describing is somehow in any way viable, but it's not. Trust me. Damn it! I didn't. I was trying to teleport. So no, Patrick, never think of it like that. Never think of it like that. Never think of it like that, Patrick. Never, because it's just like I'm telling you, the person is not loved for who he is, sadly. And well, if you want my 2 cents, don't ever go to a candy seller party to do that because they will by the time they regret it, the problem is that you generally don't see it because then everyone is old and everyone goes their own way, and you don't get to see the consequences when they are 30, 40, 50 years, and yeah, pretty much, you don't get to see the consequences. It's never told because in today's society, precisely, they want to legalize all that shit, so everyone is stupid, everyone gets dragged and is stupid, and they're like fucking zombies, So yeah, don't fall for the trap. I know that at your age, they are all things uh, that are somehow perceived as quite important, having social relationships and everything, and etc. But for example, as I told you last time, millions of people throughout the history of humanity have done the right thing, and they have lived quite amazing lives. So that's what I'm telling you. Uh, and they didn't need to do any illegal activities or anything. More difficult to heal. Okay. And they didn't do any illegal activities or anything at all. The problem is that those stories are not being told for deliberate reasons to make good people look stupid, look as if we were all stupid, and it's not the case. And it's not the case, trust me. So pretty much, there we go. I love when I do those lightning fast stunts there as I'm running away. Darn it. There we go. Nice. I don't know why I killed these two creatures for no apparent reason at all. I think I initially thought there was a hidden achievement, as they were a bit hidden there. So no, Patrick, no, don't think like that. I understand now the situation. Yeah, the things that you are describing, not in my case, eh? In my case, for example, I can give you my own example. Um, I have only one good friend from law school, and that's pretty much it. And in high school, for example, I I I I was loved by a lot of people, but and no one ever thought of that thing. If my teachers found out that shit, or parents, they would have grabbed any of the kids, and they would have been like let's say punished for it. There's an absence of parents there, a quite worrisome absence of parents. I don't think so. You're not sniping me that time. I love how the other one pulled me right at the moment I was going to stun the sniper. No, you're not killing it. There we go. You're not killing my Dread Master Droid. No. So yeah, I know they are all things that are perceived as important, but for example, Patrick, all I did was study and everything, and 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 I was also respected. I assure you of that, and pretty much. Um, there are good people who will understand everything that I'm telling you, and will understand that the other person is not behaving, not doing something correctly. So don't worry. Anyways, think of it like this. But I wasn't very sociable in that sense. I went to school, I studied, and and I didn't in high school. I didn't care about that. I think that school is not to be sociable. It's to study. In that sense, I do agree with that. And you must be thinking, well, but then you it leads to a quite lonely life and etc. Depends. For example, I live with my parents and my grandparents. That's why I always say that the family plays a big role in those things. Because, for example, I came back home and my friends, let's say, not my friends, but my let's say social time was spent with my grandparents. And you might be thinking, but they were 85 and you were 15, 16, 17, and etc. 85. Yes, indeed. And I love my grandparents and I loved spending time with them. And they ensured that I wasn't stupid as well. So it was even more positive. They ensured that I wasn't stupid, that I wouldn't grow up stupid. So I don't see how that would be. My healer disappeared for no apparent reason. God knows why. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why. I don't know why my healer was unsummoned. My companion was unsummoned as I killed the first wave of mobs. I don't know why, but pretty much that's what happened. Pretty much. So Patrick, if you have your parents, spend time with your parents. Talk to them. Uh, Chat with them about all of those things. In my case, it was my grandparents as well. And there you will see that that is much more fruitful for you. If you want my 2 cents, my humble perception of reality in that sense. I came back from high school every day, and I would spend the afternoon watching TV with my grandfather, for example, and then with my grandmother, and etc. When you have a great family, really, I disagree with those who say that that school is there to make kids sociable. I disagree on that one. School is to make people, to give them certain knowledge, but that they should be um, what's the objective here? I think I beat everything. What do I do now? What's my objective? Eternal Throne. Run for the shadows. Here we go. Investigate equipment in the Genoharadan camp. Alright, it's over there. Yeah, right. The fact that I had the main quest deactivated wasn't helping. Yeah, I generally deactivate it when I play during the weekends. So if you want my 2 cents, Patrick, it wouldn't be that. So an objective perspective of that young age. No, don't worry. It's what I told you. It's the age in which they grab people for that activity, because they know that you just described, and they take advantage of it. But where do you socialize yourself? Where do I socialize? I really.
I feel the storm is getting worse.
Good. It'll cover our approach to the Genoharadan camp.
When I was a kid, as I told you, with my grandparents and my parents, with my parents, let's say, and here at Star Wars The Old Republic with some of my friends, and you all through here, through Twitch, and I have one friend from law school that sometimes, yes, I have one friend from law school, IRL, that yes, sometimes we just meet, and that we try to meet sometimes because of work, sometimes it's difficult, and it's like that, pretty much. For me, what you mentioned as socializing, it's something that is overrated, because I believe in deep, meaningful bonds. Everything that you just described is a lot of quantity, maybe, the candy dealer and etc. But how much quality is it? I would put the emphasis on quality. I'd rather, if I'm not going to get quality, then I'd rather not do it at all. I'm not going to do it at all. I'd rather not do it at all. I put the emphasis on quality. For example, you, District, Crowbar here, and etc. As far as I can tell, you are all pretty amazing, for example. And you are all intelligent, you are all reasonable, Pillow, for example, as well. Flying energies, all of you, you are all quite intelligent. I'd rather have you all than IRL people who do the candy selling. I'm sorry. For example, as a random example, or that. But really, you will realize that when you grow up that the
targets are still out there. Find them.
All right, you shut up, Genoharadan, camp, etc. For example, my friends here are over at Star Wars The Old Republic. Here, I'll show you. They are offline right now because of it. But here you have them. A lot of them are alts, for example. Here are all the people I play with. Here you have them that I've met. For example, since I returned 6 months ago. For example, would you judge a friend by his personal life? Yes, I don't want to have a psychopath by my side, Patrick. What you are telling me that the person is candy selling, as I told you, the smoke goes to the front left lobe of the brain. I wouldn't want a person like that close to me. I'm sorry. I wouldn't I wouldn't hang out with a person like that. Yes, of course, and judging is not discriminating. Investigate the equipment in the genome. Maybe it has to do with the shit. So, yes, of course I will judge. And I mean all of my right to judge people. Judging is not a bad word. Judging is not a bad word. It allows us to discern good from evil. Of course I would judge. Of
Status
course.
report.
My
Any
my
sign of
friend
the
that I'm telling
targets?
you from law school IRL,
No visual contact yet. Mark
he
track them
would
for the
agree
store.
with me on
Crane's
this,
wiped out the
even
trail.
even even harsher probably.
Keep looking.
He's Roman
Find them
Catholic,
before
for
they find
example.
us.
Some of the friends I have here in Star Wars The Republic, I also some are Roman Catholic. I we talk about life and etc. We talk about life and etc. And I'm not going to, of course, tell here publicly about their private lives, but they are sane lives. They are sane lives without that you're describing, and I of course pick, and I'm in all of my right to pick, and I will pick. Indeed, I will pick. Indeed, I will pick, without a doubt, because it's not the same. A person that is doing the activities that you are describing, with all of the danger that it involves and can get you
I suppose
involved
a
in
shuttle
it,
was too much to hope for.
I found something.
than, I assure you, for example, the people that I described.
It's not
So,
enough to simply crash the shuttle. I want to see the bodies. No bodies, no bonus.
Chancellor Suresh, that Republic snake.
Suresh is no longer in charge of the Republic.
True, but intelligence believes she
so
still
yes,
holds
of course,
political
Patrick.
power.
Of course, you have to judge a person by the actions of his life. Of course,
Into the
of
chemical.
course. How are you not going to judge? Why wouldn't you judge? For example, in your case, Patrick, what do I see? What do I see in your case, Patrick? Here I forgot about the bonus. Defeat jungle creatures using the arc. What? I have to go back and kill the jungle creatures with... Ah, I have some here. Using the arc? This shit, you mean? Actuator restraint cannon. The piece of hardware fires a concentrated electrostatic beam. For example, you, Patrick. For example. For example. Imagine, for example, the very first times we talked, and you came to the chat and everything. You told me that you were trying to help your friend in need, that you were curious about it, that you were that those are all good deeds, trying to friend a helping need. So you have a good heart. So I see that, I perceive that, and that's why I can tell you you are a great person, and that's why I like debating. I like then debating with you and in chat, and that's why you're a friend. For example, it's very simple. But if instead you come here to the chat and the first thing you say is, I don't know, as I start talking about metaphysics or whatever, you tell me you're an idiot or something like that, or I see that you are aggressive, or I see that you tell me, oh, you're an idiot because you don't smoke crack or whatever, and etc. and etc. Well, of course, or I don't know, you start spamming Free Palestine. I don't know. You start spamming Free Palestine and supporting terrorists. I don't know, or whatever. Uh, of course, I would ban the person and remove it from my life. Of course, of course I would. But then you end up alone. Well, but ask yourself this. First of all, it's not alone because I told you I have my friend from IRL Law School, uh, my friends here over at Star Wars Your Republic, that as I've told you, we talk about life and etc. and deep thoughts, not a shallow relationships. Uh, you all as well when we debate about metaphysics, all of you. So I'd rather have all of you, Star Wars Republic, you guys over at the Discord, my parents and my grandparents, well, back when they were alive, in the case of my grandparents, all that, rather than people selling candy being a terrible, in my case, he's one of the kindest to me. He's fun. We have the same humor and we're helping each other um, if we have a boring day. Okay, I understand. But the problem is that you told me he hates his parent. But we have way, way different life and brain. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. All of the people that I have mentioned to you, while I don't agree with really any of you 100% on everything, because, for example, I don't know, I don't think anyone here, uh, while you may agree with some of my things, with some of my stances and everything, for example, my love for the United Kingdom, uh, none of you have it,
A small
really, and not
country is
also never
victorious,
the law
as
school friend
emperors
that
are
I'm
rarely
talking
able to
to
test their
you
martial skills
about
anymore.
as well. For example, he's very nationalist for Argentina. For example, just so you have an example, but the person respects my viewpoint and etc. But it's not something severe. It's not something severe. It's not something that completely changes how you see life. For example, what I'm telling you that, for example,
Deadly out here. If we
I
recalibrate the
admire the
electrical
United
towers, they will
Kingdom,
draw in
and
the
he
power of the
says that
storm and keep us safe.
they are all pirates. For example, that's what he says, and we debate, of course, and no problem. But pretty much, because Argentina was invaded by the United Kingdom, is something that few people know. Uh, and sometimes I wish they would have won in that sense because of what socialism did afterwards. Pretty much, just as a random example, or pretty much, I know none of you agree with that. I'm 99% sure none over at Discord and here agrees with that. But those are details. They are details. If I had a person close to me doing that, doing that, see, for example, alcohol, Patrick. You know that I'm a, if I had a person like doing that, it's something severe, like something there's a severity to it. The person, if he sells candy, he also consumes candy, almost 100% assured. So the person is not in control of his senses a lot of the time, and even so, see, I tell my friends, you know that, for example, alcohol, Patrick, alcohol. You know what? That I don't consume alcohol and I despise it. Even my Star Wars: The Republic friends, a lot of them, they do consume alcohol, but there's a difference between that and getting drunk publicly all the time. As I've been telling you, maybe they do it at home. Or my IRL law school friend, he also drinks alcohol, but they don't get drunk at a public restaurant like you described, disrupting a public space. That is the difference. That you have to have the judgment to establish the severity of it. If a person drinks alcohol, well, I disagree with it. I would probably ban alcohol or do something like that because I'm a monarchist and they know it. But they respect me for what I am, and I respect them for who they are. If they want to drink alcohol, I have no problem with it, as long as they don't get drunk in a public space doing all of those things. For example, if I was told that these people, that my friends here at Star Wars Republic are at at my IRL friend from law school, that any of you get drunk in a public space and you start hitting people, for example, like a fucking animal. Well, no, I wouldn't. I would remove the person from my life. For example, I have other apprehensions. For example, I,
I fear the storm is
for
getting
example,
worse.
I don't like.
Our approach to the Genoharadan camp.
I see why the Alliance follows you. Where others see problems, you see opportunity.
For example, I have an apprehension for tattoos, Patrick. I have a deep apprehension for tattoos. I would honestly, um, I would honestly put in jail every tattoo maker in every single country ever. And for example, Crowbar has a lot of tattoos about different video games. For example, Crowbar. that you met here in chat. He has a lot of tattoos about video games in his arms and everything, about Half-Life and I don't know, and I think it was Doom, all of the FPS games that he loves so much, and I respect him for it. Now, would I have, for example, a girlfriend with a tattoo? Well, no. Me personally, no. Never. Never ever. It's something that I have a deep apprehension for. But not because of that, I would leave him. There's a severity. Now, compare that if the person in question, instead of having tattoos himself or whatever, he directly tries to imagine a person that tries to force me to put a tattoo on my skin, for example, Patrick. Well, that person, I would send the person to shit. I would send the person to motherfucking hell and would not talk to the person anymore. If the person tried to deliberately coerce, to force me to have what? There's a difference, see? That's the difference. Because at the end of the day, any friend having the tattoos really does not force you. But the candy dealer, you are telling me, that induced you, that introduced you to it, and you almost did it. See the difference. See the difference in the severity in that sense. Crowbar would never come around over here and tell me, go get a tattoo or I unsubscribe, for example. Imagine that. Imagine that silly, stupid situation. Crowbar must be laughing. She's watching this as a ball. Imagine that situation, what you are telling me about the candy dealer. That's the difference. That's what. That's the difference. No, he's polite. You are all polite. You all respect my opinions, even if they are unpopular. I also say unpopular opinions because of this. I realized this year that I like my friends because I'm scared of risk of you like them because you are scared of losing them and dying alone. We all fear that, Patrick. I also fear dying alone and not meeting a good woman in life, but not because of that. But Patrick, not because of that. I'm going to accept a person in my
But
life
intelligence believes she's
that
still significantly
is
powerful.
that is causing me a damage like
Into
that.
the temple.
Besides, there's one thing, Patrick. I know it sadly isn't natural, but what I tell you about it every day, even if you don't find the girlfriend or everything, fortunately nowadays technology has its good uses, and as I told you, if I don't find a person, I will go to a
I'm sure there's
laboratory,
another way out.
have children like that, and there you won't die alone. If you are anyways mature enough to nurture children like me, if you are mature and you are intelligent and understand about life and can
Being
make money,
able to
that's a part of
succeed
the
like
money
the
that I tell
optimist
you that
aren't
you should
mutually
take care of,
exclusive.
that you should pay attention to. Get a career that will give you a decent amount of money because that will give you freedom. But if you are mature and for whatever reason, effort or inheritance, in my case, or whatever, you have the money, you go to a laboratory, ask
The
for
spirit is still rattling around in there.
for children. I know it's not the
Is
most
alive.
best natural thing in the world, but at the end of the day, if your fear is dying alone, well,
Odessen is too heavily
it's
defended.
impossible
That
at that
doesn't
point.
change just because their
And
precious
besides,
power is missing.
there's one detail. Hang on a second. There's one detail, Patrick. For example, I'm only child. Do you have brothers or sisters? If you have brothers or sisters, you are also not gonna be that alone. In my case, because I'm only child. But if you are not only child, uh, you will have brothers and sisters, for example, that they will help you with a lot of things in life. You'll have brothers and sisters. See, most people have brothers and sisters. I know that we only children are a minority here. I think Ender was only child, for example. But if you have brothers or sisters, Patrick, You shouldn't feel that alone. You are only child as well. Okay. Now that explains it. Okay. So we have 3 only children here. Okay. I see now. Okay. Well. Then I get you more than you can imagine. Okay, you're only child. Okay. Then what I said stands. Okay. Uh, Only because of that, Patrick. Only because of that. Economically, well, it's a bit lonely. I agree with you. I understand the feeling, but uh, you will inherit everything that your parents could possibly do for you. So economically, you are in a good position overall, regardless of what you think. Trust me. Regardless, you can put your energy into getting a choose a good career. Choose a good career that will give you money, and with that, maybe you can meet someone, or if not, you will have the money because it will lower in price as well to go to a lab and have children. Say I am 10 years more, 12 years older than you, almost 13 in a few days. I'm turning 30, and if we don't find a person, we go to a laboratory, and that's pretty much it. Besides, see if you have it easier. Look, Patrick, in my country, for example, there are no laboratories for that to have children. I have the Italian citizenship, of course. I will have to move to Europe to go to the laboratory to go to a laboratory and do that if I don't find a person. So imagine if there are options. The only thing, Patrick, that you cannot fix in life is death, really. And for now. And it's not really perpetual, because there's a jellyfish that can do it. But generally, let's say that the one thing that we cannot fix in life is death. The rest of the things have solutions. They always have a solution. It may be a bit more difficult, it may take a bit more time, it may not be apparent. They do have a solution. Your fear is the very same I I have. But it has a solution. As long as there's life, there's a way, there's a way, there's a solution. Even more today with all of the great advances of humanity. That's why I always say that precisely um, that precisely when they say, "Oh, human beings drop 2 atomic bombs, they are all terribly bad," and etc. That's why I can only just laugh at the ignorance of those people, pretty much.
You seem to have found a way.
The body is just a shell, a vessel for the spirit. Emperor of the Sith was my first face, but it is merely one of many I have worn.
Clearly you weren't satisfied just being the Sith Emperor.
The Sith Empire was too corrupted for me to save, but Zakul was different. I saw potential in the primitive world, so I raised it to perfection.
You speak of Zakul as though it's your favorite child.
The Eternal Empire deserves more than my children ever did. When you take the throne, you will understand.
We still need to go deeper if we hope to find another passage to the surface.
So yeah, he's leaping from body to body. So you can see there, people, as I told you last time. This is the original idea of Knights of the Old Republic 3.
Baywan, now's not a good time.
This can't wait. Suresh just sent a message. She's heading here, to Odessin.
Seems she didn't wait for us to change our minds after all.
Send her packing the second she lands.
Some of the troops want to hear her out. They aren't sure the Alliance can last. There are rumors about the commander.
Remind them where their loyalties lie.
Stall Suresh, we're on our way.
You're too emotional in that sense. You feel every emotion double, and the fear of being lonely is one of my main concerns. It is also.
Roman warned us you might sneak off.
It is also my concern, Patrick, but think of it like this. What do you gain by being tortured mentally by it? Nothing. Nothing. You just torture yourself. Problems are there to be taken care of, not to torture people. Don't let them torture. What's this? Scanner? Bueno, so scan and use the located relics. Oh, I love these Manos missions about ancient Sith tombs. Good day, Pillow. How are you doing? How are you doing, Pillow? Wow. How are you doing, Pillow? I saw the well. I think that first Pillow. The first thing I'll say. First, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. That you had some good gin with your stuff and everything and your friend. I'm sorry. I have to take a bit of pride. You are tired. Sorry to hear that. I have to take a bit of pride. Have to take a bit of pride because I was right about. I did not indeed have you. You didn't have your gene. You didn't have your gene today. Okay. I have to take a bit of pride because Trump solved a lot of the issues in Middle East. You, everyone that left my YouTube channel, not you, my Twitch channel in the past. I think I had a viewer from Romania that left as well. Because of that, I should take a bit of pride in it because now no one is going to admit to me that Trump was the right choice. Trump was the right choice. He solved a lot of the shit. I started strong today, Pillow, and you are tired. No. Yeah. Patrick, about the part of emotional in that sense. That you say, what is an emotion, Patrick? I would ask you, what is an emotion? You say that you are extremely emotional and you feel everything doubled. That's common of your age. Hopefully, the people of Palestine will live in peace. Yeah, no. After the things I've seen about the exchange of prisoners that the other side executed some of their own people and prisoners I publicly, while the Israel people hugged them and cheered on and celebrating life, and the other one celebrating death. Yeah, well, I don't know what I don't know how the other side could ever be supported by the West. But well, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. I saw enough. I trust me, I saw enough. They executed their own people. They are so similar to one another, yet both let their worst control the other. No, I disagree on that. They are not the same. They've proven that they are not the same with the final action of the release of the prisoners. One side executed their own people, and the other one celebrated life. No, I'm sorry, they are not the same. You want my 2 cents? They have nothing to do with each other. Of course, I support Roman Catholicism and British Protestantism as well, but not the religion of the Jewish religion itself. But in this case, in the conflict, they've proven that that there's no comparison. They executed their own prisoners, and the other ones celebrated life. No, they are not the same. Like you, I'm speaking about regular people like you. I mean, no, well, the religion that you mentioned the other day uh, clearly plays a role. Clearly, not about the idea. Their religion clearly plays a role. Clearly plays a role there. Well, if they are there are big teams there without a doubt, but it's not the same. But it's not the same. The two societies are not the same. Shit, it with that is not their fault. Yes, I know that they are prisoners of that, but it cannot be a matter of luck and coincidence. They weren't this. They didn't have the same behavior. I never used the word the same. Similar, okay, similar, but no, they have nothing to. I use the word similar. Okay, Pillow. No, I cannot agree with that. They are not similar. They are not. In that sense, that religion that you mentioned to me the other day, that precisely is terrible. Like a Polish man and a Belarusian have similar feelings. Well, I could say the same. I don't know about an Argentine and I don't know similar. Well, I don't know. Yeah, really, we Argentines don't have a lot of similar ones. Argentinian and Chilean, no, we are different. We are very different, believe it or not. We had Italian migration. We admire the European Union. How so? Oof, a lot of differences. The Argentines, especially at the capital where I live, lay it on me. The Argentines, especially at the capital where I live, we admire the European Union. We admire the United States on average. On average, we received a lot of migration during World War II, Italian and Spaniard migration. That's why the deep admiration for Europe. While the Chileans didn't because of the Pacific region, because we were the coast of the Atlantic. And that brings all of those differences. On top of that, we don't have that much white guilt like Uruguayans as well, that are our neighbors, and the Chileans. We don't have that much white guilt in that sense. The proportion of Argentines who have either Italian or Spaniard citizenship, the proof that I can give you is that the amount of Argentines that have the European citizenship and are proud of it is quite high, while it's not the same over at Chile. So it's a completely different cultural behavior in that sense. In that sense, for example, we are like the most of all of South America, the most proud of that heritage. The other countries, in a way, they always try to reject it, especially Mexico or Central America in general. But in the case of Chile, they also reject it a bit more. We are like proud. When I say that I'm Italian, you see that I say proud. I don't think you can find most of the Chilean population. There may be one example, one exception, and etc. That that may feel like that, but on average, I don't think they would. For example, that would be the main difference. Second one, there's more domination, as we were the main Spaniard viceroyalty back when well, precisely today we have to celebrate people October the 12th. That was last Sunday. Precisely, we were the main viceroyalty alongside Mexico, so that remains like a proud heritage. And in Chile, for example, I can assure you, you will find much more, let's say, white guilt. For example, you'll find much more white guilt, as an example, or you will find less European influence in that sense. It is true that Argentina is big, and for example, in the corners of the country, you might find some more similarities. But on average, what generally represents Argentina, well, most of us are around the capital, the density of the population, and that is a reality. We are proud of it. We are proud to descend from Spain and Italy, and really they are not. In Mexico, they are not. On average. Of course, there will be exceptions. And yeah, like, how could I also tell you? The food, for example, is completely different. They eat fish, and we eat meat and pasta and pizza, and they eat fish. That also affects the amount of the proportion of vitamins in the body and etc., and also causes biological reactions, let's say. That also makes us different. So yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's say we are more. It's a similar situation like of Chile and Argentina with um yeah, I don't know if it would be a direct comparison. For example, the United States and Mexico. In the United States, a huge portion of the population, for example, would feel proud to descend from Europe. And in Mexico, for example, no. Just as an example. It's not 100% like that. But it's like that. It's embracing or rejecting the heritage from the old continent, from all of you. In that sense, you can be either proud or reject it. There are more differences. And also arguably here locally, because of the putrid football, most of the population, they hate each other. Not in my case, because I don't play football and I don't like it. I must be the only Argentine who doesn't like football, but that would be another one. In that sense, Pillow, don't know if it was a satisfying answer, but no, we are definitely not the same. There's also the thing that we were invaded by the British and the educational system was affected by it, and Chile was not. Argentina was invaded by the British and the educational system was taken from Boston back when the United States was still British. So we are all so that reminiscence of Anglophilia may live in some of us, but not in Chileans, about the educational system. That also affects how we perceive discipline, in a sense. I would rather the worst version of a monarchist or communist take full power in Poland and achieve national unity than keep this retired. Well, yeah. I just don't want to get banned. System we have now. You would accept me as a monarchist. You would accept someone. You would accept someone like me as a monarchist. That's quite. That speaks of a huge intelligence, without a doubt. To go beyond nationalism. But yeah, you would accept those than the globalist dictatorship of our friend Ursula. Philo, you would rather have someone like me, like a monarchist, that would impart discipline and not restrict freedoms, not restrict freedoms, but yes, discipline would discipline would come back. Not draft, not the draft, not a military draft. I wouldn't reinstate a military draft, except for drug dealers and homeless people, for nihilists, for people who have no purpose in life. Those are the only ones I would send to a military draft. The rest of the population, no, not at all. See that I'm quite curious, people. So yeah.
So you traded groveling to Asina for groveling to Suresh. You're pathetic, Lawman.
It's Minister Lawman, and I don't answer to Suresh. We're partners.
You'll die, the same as her.
So that you would have a monarchist pillow like me. You have a monarchist like me. I could also prohibit prostitutes, huh? I could also prohibit prostitutes. More like the globalist constant cheating of demi Medieval and Jarasinski. Well, those last names are in Polish. Literally, you got me lost there. I only understood the Russian dictatorship. What do you think of Dominic? Who's Dominic? Oh, Patrick. Sorry, I didn't forget your question, Patrick. You're too emotional in that sense. You feel very much double. That's normal of your age. But I would ask you again. Think what is an emotion? I would define an emotion as a thought that we cannot rationally describe. The kleptocratic anti-Western establishment and the government need to be perfect. I can't write his Polish full name. You can't write it. Okay, it must be some kind of important person back there in Poland. Weird. Regarding the what you said about feeling everything double, Patrick, don't worry about it. It's normal of your age, and then I can assure you that feelings are only the thoughts that we cannot rationalize or describe. Once you grow up, you will be able to rationalize the emotions, and they won't be a mystery that much. The R that couldn't even get a senatorship because his big 80-year-old sugar daddy said no, that Dominic Tarczynski, I can write his Polish full name. When you think of Dominic, photography, yeah, I agree with you, Pillow. Anything anti-Western needs to be eliminated because it has been proven that regardless of the expression, if it's Roman Catholicism or Protestantism or in between, it has proven to be much more civilized in that sense. It has proven to be more civilized in that sense. So yeah. Hey, where do I scan those relics? Relic hunter, scan the news the located relics. How do I scan? Maybe it means something like that. I'm not scanning them. I'm not paying attention to that. Let me see if I can scan those relics in the meantime. Dominic 30. Be careful, Patrick. Pillow will tell you. Fortunately, his honest thoughts 100%, huh? So he may surprise. He's going to surprise you probably. Without any kind of filter. So pretty much, yeah. I don't know what kind of knowledge you are searching. The truth about the conservative is probably that he. Well, I don't know, Pillow, but yeah. Pretty much. Where are those relics? I cannot find them here. There, that one. Aha. I found one. A macro binocular mission. And then I have to use it, the relic. I mean, Poland doing a great job against the migration at least. Interesting point. Interesting point. Interesting point. I didn't know that. Like Hungary. Good. Good, Patriot. Good. That is good. By now I would declare it an invasion, honestly. But well. Any politician from the PIS, which is probably the Conservative Party of Poland, would literally, no joke, sack off the party's chairman Kaczynski because anyone who disagrees gets kicked out. Okay. There's a bit of a domination there of one of the candidates. I see. Oh, I love the sounds that they make. 1 out of 4? That one? That one has to be a relic. Oh, so small. This is so. I was like, that one is so easy to skip. Damn it, that one was a trick. That one is so easy to skip. Oh shit, there. 2, 1. I know it's like the number of points. 1. Any politician from the Conservative Party of Poland, I assume, would literally, no joke, sack off the party's chairman. That Patrick. No, it's different than the one that you asked about. Jaroslaw, because anyone who disagrees gets kicked out. Okay, so there's like a domination of one that controls the party. It's like a vertical structure of power. 2. In a moment of doubt, remember that the one that has a domination of the party, Kaczynski, his will is absolute, in the Conservative Party. If any Conservative Party wins elections, he's effectively the Prime Minister or the Chancellor, Chairman and President. 3. The Confederancia is weak and only has 7%. We will see in the next election if they have a future, which has to be the so-called Patrick must have asked for the far right one, if I know him. Far right. Well, that meaning see, even I got tricked there. Should be eliminated because none of the parties we have right now are far right. So far, if you think that Donald Trump is some kind of far right, a mustache man clone, well, I cannot even begin to explain how wrong the person is. By the way, there is a 4. The structure is unlikely to collapse. Didn't I blade function indeterminate? What the fuck? Can't I? Ah, yeah, that wasn't a relic. The structure is unlikely to collapse because the PIS, which isn't the, let's say, the most right-wing party, but it has to be a bit more, almost to the center, has the most stable voting system. The elderly is the reason why the PIS never gets below 70% of the vote, or never got so far below 17% of the vote. Okay, so you have the problem of the multi-party system. We had that here. We had that problem here. We had that problem. We had like communism. They have the support of the radio, Marian Catholics, and the church, which has done irreparable damage to the faith in Poland. Oh, damn it, that's sad to hear. You think... I already answered that question, and I said no to him. I don't know what you might think, Pillow. I already answered that question to him that he asked me about it. Because the church betrayed the people and stuck the PAS. Okay. Okay, the PIS is like the center pillow. It's like the center, pretty much. It's like one of the, it's like controlled opposition, I presume. It's like the People's Party. It's like controlled opposition. Like that they sell you that, oh, we are not communists, but we are not socialists, let's say, but we will somehow behave like them, like that, and we just don't say it, and we vote with them, and we support the laws that always that they do. In fact, no, the input is completely and totally random. Well, see, he agrees with me. What I replied to you the other day, Patrick. In that one, see, we agree on that one. I don't think that is the problem. I don't think the problem is there. I think the problem is outside of Europe. And it's been clearly shown in the last years. I think it's not precisely that one the problem. That one, those ones were victims 2 years ago, precisely, if you ask me. They didn't attack. Other one is completely from a realist perspective. One administration is concerning. The other one, it's completely from a realist perspective. Other one is just the success that happened in the US, precisely, and its consequences. Yeah, I think it's clear as day that a certain Eastern religion that caused my great grandpa to come over here, and it's now also causing damage to that other religion over there, is the one that is attacking. I don't see the one that you say doing the horrors that the Eastern religion is doing. I see a huge difference there. One is and all the administrations before the Soviet Union fell was just defending its turf, and the last one is just, well, Biden. It's just a horror. No, I said it the other day, Pillow, and I repeat it again, and every time. I think the worst one was Obama. Without a doubt, for me, the worst one was Obama. Indoctrinating children to hate their mothers, that their mothers were stupid, and that their fathers and that women were some kind of psychopath oppressors. In my case, I would point, besides Biden was just Obama in that, no, it's the worst. It's just the demon itself. Bush, no. No, Bush wasn't worse. No, no, without a doubt. No, 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 no. If I had to choose, I'm sorry, I was much happier in the 90s. No, no, and the world was much better in the 90s. No, no, Philo, no. You can't control. It's just no, 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 no. We always have a choice as human beings. We are not animals. No, no. We have a choice. Give me 4 minutes. Philo, no, but wait. As you're right, With Bush, Philo, were children indoctrinated in schools that their mothers were idiots and their grandmothers were idiots because, I don't know, they cooked or whatever, or they tried to nurture children? Compared to Bush, no, Bush didn't do that. That indoctrination that then also caused abortion, it's a genocide by omission to the very same population of the United States. I'm defending the very same population of the United States. There was nothing worse than what Obama brought. Maybe it wasn't his mind, but he was the one who executed it. No, there was nothing worse since the Soviet Union than Obama found. Nothing worse. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Since World War II with the Nazis and the Soviet Union, no, Bush didn't indoctrinate people in schools. In the 90s, there was much more critical thinking and free will. In the case of Obama, he basically indoctrinated children in schools, saying, your mother is an idiot, you go do an abortion. It was basically like this. Your mother was an idiot for having children. You weren't, your existence has no meaning. That's also terrible, derived from abortion. And your father was, and we men are some kind, white men especially, we are some kind of psychopath oppressors. I don't know, but he's the first to insult even you as well. All of us. Everyone in chat, and 90% of the population, not 90, 50% of the population of humanity, and 90% of the population who participate in politics. He basically insulted all of us men are some kind of psychopathic oppressors because we don't let women do abortions. No, it doesn't get any worse than that. It's a genocide by omission. I don't know what could you argue to say that Bush was worse, but there's nothing worse than that. It's impossible to beat that except you are Stalin or the mustache man from Germany or Mao from China, like doing it directly. Obama revealed rather than created the soul of America. No, that's not the soul of America. He did not indoctrinate anyone, instead inspiring reflection and thought without demanding obedience. Culture arises from the collective experiences, hopes and contradictions of the people, not from a single leader. Abortion rights express a deeper principle of freedom, bodily autonomy, and moral agency, affirming the right of each individual to determine their own path of destiny. Freedom is not being a rebel without cause, is my first answer to that. Doing whatever the fuck you want is not freedom. It's behaving like a beast. And we are not beasts, fortunately. We are not animals. Pilu. First point. Second point. That's not the soul of America, of the great United States that has protected the West since World War II, because if they didn't intervene, we would be all fucked. Really? If they didn't intervene, we would all be fucked. Really? That's a fact. So the real soul of America is the one inherited from the British and in turn from the Roman Empire, indeed, of being prosperous and giving freedom, but with intelligence, not being a beast like that. Freedom is being able to terminate your mother. No, you are beginning to use your irony. You are beginning to use your irony, Pilu, which you can't do in Poland. No, that's not iron. That's killing, objectively. Once again, subjective component. That's what you think. Objective arrangement of molecules and particles, Philo. Is the baby dying? Is the baby dying? Objective component, then you are killing. You are not giving freedom. Killing or unconscious being. The fact that it's unconscious, does it change the fact that it has the potential and even, in fact, the gift of life? Being unconscious that you are alive, does it change the fact that you are alive? No. I can think that I'm an elephant. Am I an elephant? No. Are you talking about taking the argument of the Catholic religion from the 16th century next? Of course, because it was based on realism and not what people think. Of course I am. Of course I am, because they were right. Our objective arrangement of molecules and particles.
Always up for a challenge.
Reloading. Ready. Barrage protocol activated.
I brought them right to you. Now finish them!
Maintenance required.
faster.
Worthy opponents are so hard to find.
Running only delays
And so fun to kill!
I brought them right to you. Now finish them! Reactivation complete.
Witnesses!
I kill to serve. You're already dead. Just lie down. I brought them right to you. Now finish them! Maintenance required. Repairs needed. much blood! Stay back! I've taken your friends hostage. Anything happens to me and they're dead. This is Minister Lawman. Let me speak to the prisoners.
Oh, hello, Lawman.
This is who you sent to capture us? I'm a little offended.
You started the killing without me.
We can't let you have all the fun. It's good to hear your voice.
I knew you weren't dead. Never doubted it for a second.
Suresh tried to kill me. It's time to repay the favor.
Promise you'll let me watch? Suresh wants the Alliance commander. She's on Odessan as we speak.
Hold tight. I'm on my way.
You are my guest. Would you like to execute the traitor, or should I?
I say we kill him together.
I fully agree.